Hi, we are Smart Excel, and we always try to bring you some practical scenarios regarding construction industry. So in this example, we are going to look how to prepare a progress monitoring format. So let's get work. Okay, so in this sheet, I have prepared some activities. Let's say this is an monthly or weekly progress monitoring sheet. So those are the activities here. If I update in the status of those activities here, I want the graphical representation to be automatically updated in this area. As an example, let's say I have created some plan works and actual progress for each and every activity. If I remove this completed states from this one, it is automatically become yellow. Okay, so if I change this date, increase the duration for 8 days, this will be automatically increased. If I use the word completed, if I update the status as this is completed task, so this will be in yellow color. So if I change the status, this should be automatically updated. Let's see how we can do that. Hi guys, before move forward, we would like to mention that we have a full formula video package especially designed for quantity surveys. It includes so many practical applications in the industry for a quantity survey. In case if you are interested, send us a WhatsApp message to the below number. Thank you, enjoy the video. Okay, I have prepared another sheet for this. So first thing to note is we have created some plan activities here. Underneath, under each and every plan activities, I have a row to update my actual states. So this is activity name, whether this is completed or not, the start date, end date, duration. So those are the things in the left side. On the other side, right hand side, I have created dates, okay, like this. And first thing I want to do it, I want to check whether this date is within this range. Actually, if this is 21 from 26, so I want to color this bar from 21 to 26 as this. So actually I want this bar to be colored from 21 to 26. So let's see how we can do this. We can do that manually, but today we are going to discuss how to do this automatically with the use of conditional formatting. So first of all, let's say I want to color this area as this. I will go to a light color, otherwise you cannot see what I'm typing here. So first thing is, there is a formula called median. Okay, median, you know this concept. If I arrange some numbers in ascending order, what is the middle number? So it is the result of this formula. If I put 1, 4, 2, 2 is the middle number and 2 is the result of this formula. Okay, like this. This is also applicable to dates. If I use median function to check whether these 3 dates, the start date, end date, and our looking date, actually this is the date in our time bar. Okay. So if I increase the width of the columns, sorry, this is the first date, the second date. Okay, so let's see 21, 26, and here 21 also. So what should be the middle one? 21 is the middle one. If I drag this formula, before dragging this formula, I have to log these references. If I'm dragging from left to right, I have to log the column numbers of these two references. So I will log the column numbers like this. And I want, if I dragging this downwards, vertically down, I don't want these cells to be logged. Okay, so I don't log the row numbers. And when it comes to this reference, if I dragging from left to right, that means this referent should be dragged from left to right. Because of that, I don't log the column number of this cell. But if I dragging this formula vertically down, I don't want this cell to be dragged. So because of that, I have to log the column number of this cell. Then I can drag this formula like this. Okay. And I will increase the width. One thing to note is here, what is the middle number when it comes to 21, 26, and 23rd? 23rd is the middle number. Likewise, when it comes to 26th, what is the middle number? 21, 26, and 26. Middle number is absolutely 26. But when it comes to 27, that means beyond this range, beyond this end date, okay, now it is 27, that means beyond this end date, what is the middle number? 26, 27, and 27. Out of these 3 days, what is the middle number? It is 26. And if I drag to this cell also, it is 28 now. What is the middle number? Absolutely 26. Okay, 21, 26, and 28. 8 is there. And what is the middle number? Actually 26. Okay, so there is a speciality from this date to this date. Okay, what is the specialties? If this date is within this range, that means from 21 to 26, the result of this formula is equal to the time bar cell. 21, 21, 22, 22, 24, 24, 26, 26. But for the dates beyond this range, as an example 27, this result is not equal to this cell. Okay, that is the unique property I'm going to use. So from this formula, I can check whether this date is within this range, whether this date is within this range, whether this date is within this range. So I have to use if function if the result of this formula, that means this formula equal to this date in this cell, I want true value, otherwise I want false value, like this. But I have to log the row number of the cells also. If I drag this down to this formula, this cell, you can clearly see from 21 to 26, I have got true values. For dates beyond the range of this range, I have got false value. So for the conditional formatting, if the result is true, they are going to color it. If the result is false, they are not going to color. So that is good. So we can use this function to check whether this date is within this range. Okay, then that is how I am going to color the bars. Okay, so that is not the only thing I have to check. Okay, if I drag this formula down, okay, if I drag this formula down, and if I increase the here, you can clearly see under actual status, I have got true values. But at the beginning, I want the planned status. Okay, so I just want true values only for planned rows. That means these rows. Okay, so I have to get rid of these true values in the actual rows. Actual rows means these rows. So I have to check another condition. What is the condition? I have to check whether this cell has the word planned or not. That is how I'm going to get rid of this issue. So that means I have already checked one condition. That means whether the result of this function equal to this cell. That is the first condition. Then I'm going to use another condition. That means if this cell contains the word planned. So that means two conditions. Rather than going with if function, it is very easier to go with AND function, because now we are increasing our conditions. So it is very easy because the result of the AND function is also true or false. The result of AND function always true or false. So I decided to go with the AND function, and so this is the first logical test. This is to check the duration, to color the bar. Then the second condition will be to check whether this cell equal to the word planned. I have to put the word plan within inverted comma, and I'm going to log the column number only, because if I'm dragging this formula from left to right, this cell should not be dragged in this direction, but if I'm dragging this formula downward, this cell should be dragged. Okay, so this is the second condition. I want to add another condition. That means if I have a date in this end date column, if only I have a date in the end date column, I want this cell to be colored. Otherwise, I don't want. So this cell not equal to nothing. What's the meaning of this? That means F5 cell does not equal nothing. That means equal something. That means if only this cell has something, only if this cell has something, I want this range to be colored. So basically, what is the meaning of this entire formula? This will check whether this date is within this range. Then if it is true, they will color this cell, but it is not the only condition they are looking for. They will also check whether this cell has the word plan and whether this cell contains something. If all the conditions are satisfied, they will color this cell. Okay. I will also log the column number of this cell also. Okay. Now drag your formula to a certain level to check whether it is right or not. I have true value from 21 to 26. That means okay, and I have false value here. That is okay. I have true value from 21 to 25. 21 to 25. That means my formula is working good. Then I have to do is copy this formula and go to conditional formatting and insert my formula. But in this example, I before going to conditional formatting, I have to select the entire range I want. But in this example, I have to do it several times. I will have to do it several times. So because of that, I will fill the range with some letters or numbers or something like this. This is the range. So I have to put something, some text or some number or something to this range, because it will ease my work to select the entire range. So I just put 1, as this has data type. It take a data. Let's say you have some activities to be updated up to 50 rows. So I will drag this number to 50 rows. This cell, you can have anything. Okay, I just put something to this range, because then I can select the entire range with few clicks. Go to the first cell, copy the formula. Okay, then select the cell, then press Ctrl Shift and right arrow key, then down arrow key. That is why I fill those cells, because I can easily select the entire range I want. Then go to conditional formatting, new rules, paste your use formula to determine which cell to format, then paste your formula, format, fill, I want this color, and also I want a border only to this top and bottom. Okay, so it is now okay. Then I can go to the actual status. In the actual status, I want to check the duration. It is obvious whether this date is within this range. So it is there here. And I want to check whether this cell contains the word actual. So I just want to change only this thing. And also, I want to check whether this cell contains the word completed or not. Then I have to add another condition, comma, what is the condition? Whether this cell equal the word completed. If so, I want these cells to be colored in blue color. Okay, I will log the column number. Then you can copy paste this formula and you can select the entire range with few clicks like this. Go to condition formatting, new rule, paste your formula here, format, I want top and bottom borders, I want blue color as my fill color. Okay. Now everything is okay. Then if I remove this completed status, I don't get anything here, but I want yellow color. If I update my actual status with some dates. Okay. For that, I just want to get rid of this function, logical test. I don't want to check it. Now my formula is okay. I can copy, then select the entire area, new rule, use the formula to determine which cell to format, paste the formula, go to format. I want this color and this border. Okay. Now it is okay, but the thing is, let's see after putting completed. After putting completed, I want blue color, but it doesn't give me blue color because if I use completed or not, the formula I used to obtain the yellow color give a true value because the formula I used to obtain yellow color is checking only this cell and this duration. If both those conditions are okay, they will give true value. That means yellow color. Whether if the word completed is there or not, they don't consider it. If this cell have actual value and this duration is okay, they will give the yellow color. But we can get rid of this issue by going to conditional formatting, manage tool. So this is the condition I have used to obtain blue color. This should be the priority. Actually, Excel should look the or analyze this condition first, whether this cell has completed, this cell has actual, this cell has within this range, this state is within this range. Likewise, this blue color formula or condition should be checked at the first, then they should move to the yellow color condition. For that, I can select this blue color condition, then use this move up. So this will be the condition they are looking at the first. Then I can apply okay. Now it is okay. If it is completed, they will give the blue color. Otherwise, they will give the yellow color. Last thing I want is I want today's date. Okay, today's date is 12th of 9th month. That means this date. I want a line or some strip, color the strip for this today's date. If I open my this sheet after 2-3 days, this strip should have moved. Okay, for that, okay, that I can use a formula like this. What is the formula? First of all, I have to take today's date. Okay, let's say I can have today's date with this function. So here I have today's date. Then I can check whether if this date equal to this date. If so, I want true value, otherwise I want false value. I'm going to drag this formula vertically down and horizontally from left to right. Because of that, I don't want this cell to be changed. Because of that, I will lock both the column number and the row number. But this cell reference should be moved from left to right, but not vertically down. Because of that, I will only log the row number. If I drag this formula to check whether it is correct or not, you can clearly see under 12th column only I am getting the true value. That means my formula is okay now. So I can copy this formula and select the entire range like this, conditional formatting, new rule, use the formula, paste it, format. I just want these two lines as the today column. So then I can select the entire range again and delete the entire thing, entire text I don't want. Then I can adjust my column sizes and row sizes and get rid of these fill colors. And if I zoom out this, you can clearly see they are actually working. So if I change this state from completed to nothing, it will change the color. If I, let's see, if I change the duration here from 5 to 8, actually it is working. Let's say it is completed. Okay, now it is quite good. Let's say this, I can add actual progress here. So it is okay now. When I'm updating, okay, when I'm updating my status, you can clearly see my graphical representation is automatically updating. Okay, so this is the scenario we discussed in this video. So we hope to bring videos like this for you, actually the practical application. So subscribe the channel Smart Excel.